What kind of drinks y'all got over here? Drinks, food? I
I'd
heard
invite
y'all
you to my house, but we ain't got no chairs around the dining room table yet.
Oh, tell me about it, darling. My little establishment is just now coming together. It's really hard. I'm a carpenter, and it's really hard to get it all going.
Oh, shoot. I wish I had a carpenter living here. I rode around for 3 hours earlier trying to get a carpenter to come on to my place.
You know, I usually stay away from the hard shit. I kind of just specialize in the pianos. I do it just to save a little bit of money, but now that I'm coming into my own, hell, I got a couple of carpenter friends. That old girl that I brought here today, Miss Millie, she's a carpenter, and let's see, Tavian's a carpenter. Almost everybody I know seems like they're a goddamn carpenter.
And I couldn't find not a one. Well, that's neither here or now. Now, I had a few questions for you.
Well, sure,
Yeah,
lay it
man.
on me.
Were you a church-going man?
Well, my mother and father brought us to church when we were of age. Though I started getting more involved into work and well, mostly playing to tell you the truth. When I was young, I went to church plenty. I wouldn't say I'm a holy man, but I do believe there's something out there. You know, something that keeps us all together and bound in brotherhood and well in sisterhood, of course.
So now tell me this. Does that mean you believe in the devil?
Oh yes, yes, ma'am. The devil is alive.
Good. Now, there's some things I could do to help you in your search for your paranormal, your ghosts.
Oh, you don't
But I tell
say.
you, Mr. Weller, they're gonna stay in a very close company.
Well,
See, I got a high grand interest in these sorts of things.
oh, do you?
Have my whole life. Of course.
Have
Something of a touch.
have you seen anything that would give you like is it a calling of that you received or something that you've experienced that kind of drew you to this, kind of like us? We saw it in the paper and our own little experiences. Hell, I've been interested in pianos all my life, but this shit has taken me up like some sort of storm. It swept me in, and now it's almost all I could do is think about it and try to figure it out.
Mr. Weller.
She's a
Mr.
succubus.
Weller. I've seen things that would bring the cold all the way down from your nose to your toes. Have you shaking like a leaf in a fall wind.
Oh my.
And ain't none of this ghosts floating around or Sasquatch. There's a whole lot more, Mr. Weller. You better be more than careful. Find yourself trapped in the devil's grasp.
Well, do you think we might fall victim to something like that by hunting these ghosts down, or is there some sort of preventative measures or something to keep us
Well,
safe?
there's always preventative measures, Mr. Weller. There always has been. So, you working with me? Perhaps I'll help you in those preventative measures.
Well, all right. What is it that what kind of bargain should we strike? Do you charge anything for these services of yours? If she
How
says my
about
soul, I'm out.
we decide on a price as we go along? It won't be too much.
All right, that sounds fair.
There are
So,
lots of things you can do. There's different things you can burn, words you can say. Certain times you go out, certain times you don't.
well, I see. Like certain days or certain times during the day, or
Yeah. Sometimes during the day, they're most active. Sometimes during the year, they're most dangerous.
But if we were to run into something, let's say you said that is the devil's grasp, but is there any chance that we'd see the devil himself? Because I don't know if I'm ready to take that kind of plunge. Speaking of plunge, who was that guy?
Don't mind me. I'm washing the cooter out of my beard.
Oh, no problem. I guess he had one of those sloppy cooters.
Oh man, that's a good cooter.
Well, I'll tell you this.
All right.
You can't just decide you don't want to see the devil. If he decides he wants you to see him, you're going to see him. What happens after? Well, you got a little bit of control on that.
All right. Well, tell me this. I went from scared to intrigued, and now that you're saying that there's protective measures, well, I think that going into this field, if we were to dive any deeper, we should definitely be prepared in case of, well, hell, it's kind of like bringing anti-venom out when you think you might get a snake bite. If you playing around snakes, you're bound to get bit. It only serves to be prepared. Always use protection.
Of course.
So, what would you recommend as a preventative measure for the first time we go on this hunt? See, the society and I, we were planning on well, I don't really know where it is, but Octavian has seen one of these sites with a ton of skulls in it, he claimed, and I believe he thinks they were human skulls. That was where we were going to see if we could find the origin of these haunts that's been happening with the mirrors and the strange sightings and the pianos.
And you all are going to this today?
Well, I don't think we're going to it today. We said that we was going to plan an expedition. Yesterday we were out to get cameras, and I believe a couple of the fellas said they were going to stay in today and get some work done around their house. But I sure could tell you when we decided to do this, it's going to be an event. It's going to be a commencement where we can all be together and prepared, with cameras in hand, and well, now any kind of preventative measures that you seen fit. The only thing we've got so far, to tell you the truth, as preventative measures has been the crow call that seemed to have kept the evil spirits away for Mr. Ash, and Taven claims that he's been pretty safe in the caves by whistling. So hell, we just, anytime we feel a spirit creeping on, or what we think is a spirit, we've just been calling and whistling.
Well, sorry.
Oh,
Some
it's
of that's
fine.
true.
Oh, really?
Some of that's true from what I know, but whistling, I ain't never heard no whistling.
Well, that was kind of a
no
stretch. We
spirit
really
away.
didn't know what we was into. But Taven said that he felt mighty safe in the caves when he was whistling, so we just figured that hell, it couldn't hurt, right?
No, I suppose not. Whatever makes you feel calmer. I would say the crow, though. Crows are quite good creatures to take with you in places like that. Down in the mines, when they're drilling for gas, they have birds in little cages that'll squawk when danger's coming. There's gas in the air. Crows sort of have a similar take when there's spirits around. They, rumor has it, cross between our world and theirs.
Really? And at times that they squawk, it's to identify that the spirits are there, but not really keep them away, if I'm understanding you correctly?
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. If I let out like a crow call now, would it call a spirit if I do that? Because I've been doing that quite often.
I don't think it would call a spirit.
Good, well, good, because it was starting to really Ash said that my crow call was starting to sound really like real, like another crow when I just let out a big caw. And he said it sounded real. Hell, even his crow started responding to me. It's like we were in chorus at one point.
Well, crows are smart creatures. They'll speak when they're spoken to, and speak to you when they ain't as well. If you are wanting to speak to spirits, that's a whole nother matter for us to step into.
Well, I believe I'd like to see one before I ended up contacting them. You see, well, I'm still real uneasy about this whole thing, but it is taking my interest. Maybe baby steps into that realm. You seem to be very experienced in the matter. Hell, we might could use you. Come along with us in our first experience. Maybe you could guide us. Bad juju,
Yeah.
huh?
I'd hope I could get maybe a membership in your society. Hoping that me being a girl ain't an issue.
Oh, absolutely not. We that's why we named it society and not something real sexist. See, we could all the expertise possible. The gentleman that once took photos in for the paper over there, I forget his name. We just spoke to him, the one at the bar, the one I bought a drink. He seems like he'd be a good member as well.
Yeah, that's Quinn.
Quinn, all right. Well, we ain't really got any official membership, and I believe if enough people that have interest in this, our ranks would grow to the point to where we couldn't really consider it official, like some sort of club. But if we just say we're members of the society, well, that ought to suit just fine. So, well, I'd love to have you, Miss Delilah.
Wonderful.
So Quinn and Delilah.
Well then, y'all plan your expedition. I'll bring some things of my own for you all. And let's see what adventures we can get into.
Well, that sounds mighty fine. I'll let the other gentleman know. Hell, I'll try to put some sort of roster together as well. Just so we could document the members that fall in. That way, if we get maybe different chapters around Gunsmoke County, if this thing gets big enough.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think I do have one small request of you. It ain't nothing bad.
Well, sure. Lay it
Where
on.
that Mr. Ash lives.
At in the Mesa, I've never been there. He said he lives right up top on the Mesa.
Well, I hope. Guess that helps more than it did before. Yeah.
You was hoping to speak with him?
Well, maybe. I thought I might bring him an apple pie around.
All right. Well, I believe he talks about it like he's an extraordinary builder. Well, being his title is a builder extraordinaire. I do definitely manage to think that he's right in the center. He says it's impossible to miss. He's right on top of the Mesa. XP, thank you very much for the raid, man. Appreciate it.
And give it a look then.
All right, and if I see him, I'll tell him that you're looking for him as well. I think he knows around here better than I. He'd probably be able to find you just fine as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hello, raiders, welcome.
But don't let me keep you no longer. I'm sure you men got lots of things to do with your time.
All right. Well, listen, it was a pleasant conversation. Welcome to the society. It's a pleasure to have you in. We definitely will be stronger with your presence around us. And a woman's touch ain't bad either.
Yeah.
All right
Pretty
then.
Good.
Well, shall we?
I'll meet you up inside.
All righty.
Yeah,
We fucked hard.
Sheepskins give you a trapper
Don't
pet.
tell me, Drax.
Now,
Don't tell
one
me, man. No
traffic
matter, man.
fellas, too.
Y'all knew I dove in feet first to that
So
shit.
either we gotta,
No, I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
either we gotta talk
Hey there,
about
honey.
how we can make some more, a
No
little bit more money
spoilers,
off
guys.
of 'em,
Minute
or
to talk a little business.
I just don't want to go up there no more. You know what I mean? I'm up to 27 of them pelts,
Yeah.
but it took
Give
a
me just a
lot of
sec.
work to get that.
Yeah,
Good
honey,
thing.
I just need
Why you think he
I
has
need
red
your
hair now?
services in a bit to get a few more things I need around the house, and then
Acid
should be
quick.
suited. How much you charging for full board?
How'd your conversation go there, Mr. Well?
Well, quite good. We
Carpenter?
conversed about having a little bit of investigations together. She said that she might like to join the society that we have. So I done recruited us another team member.
Well, there you go, Mr. Lala. She is a special fella. She's real nice,
Special
and
fella.
I tell you, she talking to them crows all the time. I know she knows what's going on in them weird, paranormals and stuff.
Right. She's really versed in experience and in that whole realm. She knew a lot about crows and a lot about spirits. She said she's seen a lot. I think her expertise will come in real handy with in the society. I've been servicing quite a few pianists, to tell the truth. There's quite serviced 2 of them yesterday and sold a couple of pianos as well.
You want to take a look at my pianist?
Well, yeah, I'll tune it up for you if you need.
Yeah.
I believe it's called Love Me Tender.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like the only part that actually sounds good. The rest don't sound right because I ain't got the rest of it. I ain't got it memorized yet.
Hey,
What's the words? How's the words go?
Love Me Tender.
That'd be sweet. Like,
that's
yeah,
all.
Yeah, that's the one.
Love Me True,
that's the
maybe.
one?
Yeah, I think that might be the same song there. Pretty good song
Yeah, I
there.
was thinking
Going on,
about
let's have a good old time.
once I get it all fixed up and everything, I could
Love Me
play
Blended.
some country roads in here. Y'all ever heard that?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
that
though.
is a good song there. I heard that one
Country
too.
road, take
Bring me home
to
Okay,
to a place
Ooh, Cleve.
I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Hang on.
take me
I'm gonna,
home.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna
Country
change
road.
y'all's life. You guys have
I'm
heard
sorry.
that song. I'm gonna change y'all's life right
Uh-huh.
now forever.
All right.
First time I heard that, I was just a wee little boy. I wasn't no taller than this bench here, and I swear they said "Mount Your Mama." I'm like, what the hell is wrong
Mount
with
your
this song? And
mama.
now,
Mount your mom. Yeah, it has a
now
nice
every time
ring
you
to
hear
it,
that
but it's
song-
kind of terrible.
every time you hear that song now, though, every time it's in your head, you're gonna think now "Mount Your Mama" instead of "Mountain Mama."
Maybe.
Yep,
I probably will
Maybe.
never think about mounting my own mother, regardless of the song I hear. But to each
Yeah, I'm
their
gonna
own,
keep
there,
I'll
Mr.
bet-
Reed.
away from thinking
You
about
know-
Betty Lou.
yeah, I don't know. You know what?
Do you know how to teach me how to play with my penis?
Now, all I know, I can tell you this much. All right, if I could tell you a few things. If you get on it and you press the keys in order
You
like
ride it.
this. Now you see,
The world's most science.
all of those sound kind of strange by themselves. And if you put your keys next to one another, it sounds even more strange. But if you skip a couple keys and play 2 at a time with some in between, it sounds kind of like chords, I believe is what they call them. So let's try the first key and the second key. It's going to sound bad, okay? Heard that? It sounded real bad. First and the third key.
Yeah.
That sounds a little bit better, but not quite right. Now we're going to try the first and the fourth key. Now watch this. See how that got some harmony? That's sort of how
Got a little
playing the
tune on
piano
it.
goes.
Little
Right,
tune on it.
right.
Look at there.
So a couple of keys in combination. Some keys you could press all 3 at a time and make a little bit more intricate chord. And if you put a bunch of them chords together and notes, then you have your songs. I don't know much about it, but I kind of know the science behind it, you know.
That's really nice. Maybe you could teach old Delilah to play with my pianist.
Listen, honey, I got my guitar, my ukulele, and my voice. Slap that pony along, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride like the wind, all the way to New Orleans. We're gonna live, boys, going down the line.
She's got a good southern
There's
voice.
pretty flowers in California. Got no regrets making it my home. But there's some dirt there out on the bayou. Waiting for my bones, boys, waiting for my bones. So I tie my bones on that saddle. Slap that pony low, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride like the wind, all the way to New Orleans. We're gonna live, boys, going down the line. Goodbye, my lady, goodbye, my baby. You're the one thing
from
I'm
Texas,
gonna
North.
miss. And when that fog grows in California, give my love, mama, baby, give me a kiss.
Good voice for the crow's nose. What's up? That was it. You have an enchanting voice.
Damn.
Told
I
y'all
don't
she
think
got a
anybody else
voice
hears
on.
Hell yeah.
So
Alright.
southern, and if you don't mind me saying, Delilah, just very sensual like. It's just very
It is.
very womanly, very I love it. It was a great song.
I think there might be room here to the number of people. I don't know. Line up across here and see if we got room for everybody. If not, we'll scoot out here a little bit further.
You want to line up where now? Here?
Now, see, on my travels out through here, I passed through a place that, and they was doing something. They had a watermelon festival, and their thing was drinking, don't ride, because you know you might hit your head on a tree or something.
Drink it, don't
They said
ride.
don't drink, don't ride.
To
Do
be
the
a square
watermelon
dance.
crawl.
Grab
What
your
you call
partner,
this crawl
do-si
here.
do. If she's a
Now,
ghost,
if
and
you
let
rock
her
back on your
go.
heels,
I'm sorry, what?
so everybody rock. Okay, you got to rock back on your heels.
All right,
Drop
Yeah.
down to your knees.
all right,
Alright.
Then you crawl it. You crawl across the floor.
all right,
You jump
Yeah.
up to your feet.
all right.
Oh,
And you guys just did a watermelon crawl.
nice.
Oh, they call it a watermelon
pretty
crawl.
nice.
Then that is nice.
Yeah.
Watermelon
Back, down, and jump. That right?
Yeah, that's a safe way to get home if you have too much of that fancy ass watermelon juice that's serving there.
Well,
'Cause I'll tell
that's
you what, that
pretty
shit kicked
nice.
harder than any whiskey. Kicked harder than any whiskey I ever had. I was like, holy shit, it's just watermelon juice. Put you on your ass.
I bet.
Oh, you
I
got
like
Right
it.
back on your
I
heels,
like
drop down to your knees, crawl across the floor, and then jump up to your feet, and you're good to go. Now y'all can tell somebody y'all learned something new today.
That the damn right
Yeah.
there we're going at.
Well, I learned all kinds of stuff. It's quite nice.
What's
You
wrong
be
with your
talking to
hair?
them right, boy. You don't be they don't be
My
like that,
hair.
man. That probably would have been.
Looks red.
Are you
I
right
don't-
there, man?
Is my hair red?
That hair look just fine to
Yeah,
me.
you's hair,
It looks-
you's hair was looking red.
Yeah, it's
You know, I
like
thought
red.
I thought I
the
saw
bottom
some
there.
red hair earlier when I
Wait,
I-
wait, take off your shirt. I think I know why.
Oh, is it that is it that little bit of a
wow.
now, gentlemen?
yeah.
Don't take this out of context, but we were talking about possibly entertaining some females
No, it's
earlier.
exactly what you think it is.
So
It's
well
exactly
here,
Yeah.
here
What
you go.
in the
What are you doing, boy?
what are you wearing?
We see they say Mr.
Exactly
Hang
what
on,
you
hang
think
on,
it
hang
is.
on, hang on.
if
Hang on, we
Hey,
gotta
go
go
to
to
the
yeah
the
take
newspaper.
yeah
Now,
take a
this is Banker right
picture
there. Take a
take a
picture there,
picture.
What the hell, boy? You doing, boy?
All right, now look here. I'm gonna turn to the
Let's see-
side.
Wait a minute, let's see
Let
the
me
goods.
get in the
Let's see
light
the
here.
goods. Give
Let me
us
get
the
in the
full
light
show.
here, and let me take off my hat. There you go. Now my
Wait a minute,
locks could flow in the
full
wind.
show. Come on, let's get the full show, Huck. Come
What
on.
you mean? Well, I ain't got a
Show
pole
us
out
what you
here.
working with.
If there was a pole out here, I'd have just sit on it over and over like this and kind of
I'm
just.
talking about the full show, Huck.
Oh, you
See what you got
Ooh.
going, what you working with.
Well, there's only one lady
Ooh.
here. I can't rightly take my pants off for a whole bunch of guys.
I mean, we can go back upstairs.
Yeah, we can take it back up to the pole.
Well, maybe just a
Would you
little
be
number.
more comfortable if we were all naked with you?
Yeah, absolutely,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
One woman.
Hey, is this a
I think I
private
got
party
one.
or? Hey, come
Oh,
on in and
hey,
grab a
baby.
chair. You about to see everything.
What kind of music you want? Let me see if I can.
got some like
see what-
Make
What
sure,
the
hey,
hell?
hey, Delilah, make sure that
Yeah, let me get.
make
sugar
sure that the
board?
law won't give us any trouble for that. We need legal music, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Come here
All
now.
right.
Let's get. Come here. Here you go, Quinn.
He
Make
did
me.
the picture already right there. I mean, I put
Hey.
that fun.
I hope you don't do anything inappropriate with those pictures of me.
You gonna
Well, I
rip them
figured
dirt
I'd
Make
start
them
myself a
hats.
nice calendar.
Little guitar in 'em.
All
You know,
right.
the men of the GPS.
Hey, can I be June?
Oh.
My birthday's in June. I'd love to be Mr. June.
Well, yeah, I was going to use a different
Oh,
picture that
shit.
I had.
All right. Oh, well,
And all the
hell.
laws of the land should abide for it.
Shit.
Oh, okay.
Oh hell, here we go.
Oh shit. Here we go.
I'm waiting for like.
All right, I gotta start with all of it on. That complete
That's right. You
practice.
start early.
Right.
Start close.
I'm ready when you are, Miss.
I still don't have. I still don't understand how pink suspenders gave him red hair though.
All right. Y'all just tell me if it sounds okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fine. All right, I'm gonna take.
She's good at it.
She is really. She plays that thing fast. Well, this here how I'd do. I'd probably just slide on over to the side a little bit like this. Then I'd just take my hat off to give them a little bit of show, right? And if they aren't interested, I'd take out my gun to just get their attention, but I wouldn't really shoot it, right? Then I'd probably just
cocking the gun.
right. I'd take out my shirt here, and I might, if X don't mind me, I'm gonna pretend you're a lady for a second. I just drop it a little bit in front of them, just kind of give them a tease, you know.
G-string
Then I'd go by the pole and make it around a little bit. I'd squat a little bit, like Ms. Delilah said, with just a little bit. I'd even jump up and go down. I might do a little bit of watermelon crawl here, like Mr. Reed taught me. Then I'd finish them off. I'd just take it all off. I'd take it all off, and then I'd make my round on the bends like this. I'd take it off and run around, and I'd even sit down and talk to them and see if and then I'd say, make sure to buy your drinks at the bar. Don't forget to have a juicy cooter on your way out. And well, that would be the
Shit, I
act.
just seen
That
I
would be
need
the
a drink.
act.
Them legs remind me of some chicken wings. Y'all want some chicken wings?
Nah, man, that'd be my fun right now. I'd rather have that right now and watch this. I'll tell you that right now.
Hang on. I got one question for you here, Hook.
Sure.
Take your shirt off again.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off.
I know you got your normal underbreeches on. Underneath that, do you have one of them things they call them thong thingies are on or what? Cause what is that yellow up on your hips?
Oh, I believe it's well, I'm not really sure. It's not really I don't know. I don't think
What did they call
I don't
that?
think
The
girls can
banana head.
handle it. It is a little bit scandalous. I done heard one fella sing about a thong like that. He said it real fast and he said it low, like, "Ooh, that thing's so scandalous," and even them girls can't handle it or something. Something about who's the bitch,
right.
and then he just proceeded to say thong. Like he said thong to thong thong thong. Although he said it a little bit less country than me, but you can about imagine. I find this highly offensive.
He liked them thongs.
Oh, he's one of them city slickers then.
Right.
Never mind, that would them.
He even broke out into a high note.
Down there, no more to get.
He in the offspring of a high note, he said, "Let me see that thong."
That's
That's-
right.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
was singing it like he was into it. I suppose he liked thongs a lot. Or are you about like that, Mr. Reed?
Well, you did real good,
Oh,
Mr.
I mean,
Huck.
not on a
I
fella.
really
No, I
liked
don't
that.
like them. Their banana hammocks.
I didn't like it, but it was real nice.
Right, I understand. Well, I'm glad. As for y'all think that'll bring some coin?
Yeah, we probably make a little money.
Probably.
I'll give you money
Tree-
put back
tree-
on. I'll
tree
tell you that right
fitted.
now, but you did a good job right there.
Well, I mean,
I
for
think
ladies, that
the
was just a
lingo
practice
here-
run. Mr. Lila, did you
I
think
mean,
that
yeah,
was
for ladies.
satisfactory for female
Please.
entertainment?
Oh yeah.
I'd be glad to work a gig for you, Cletus. Just let me know, man. I consider my well. I quite liked it. It was quite enjoyable just to strutting.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
all.
again, Huck. We'll talk more about the club and get everybody down here, have some relaxing nights.
Absolutely.
Where's Mr. Mallister?
Miss Cricket, it was a pleasure as well, Lil Miss. Thank you for the candies. I'm gonna enjoy them definitely. And
Yeah, don't eat them both at once, though. You'll make yourself sick.
oh, I imagine not. I'm gonna savor them one at a time. And I don't know where Miss Delilah went. I think she just went off with Mr. Well, I'm not sure she went
some
off.
man.
Oh, Delilah
well.
went to bed.
Oh, okay then.
Well, she went off with Ash.
With that, yeah, with that.
Yeah, she was off with some guy.
Well, listen, y'all make sure y'all say that, tell her thank you as well, and I look forward to seeing her again Monday.
Sounds good, buddy. Y'all have a safe trip, all right?
All
Watch
right,
out
we'll
for them
do.
rattlers.
We'll do. Are you ready, Arthur?
Yeah.